Hello, and welcome to the Yesterday Show. I'm your presenter, Thomas Wells, and we're live in Germany for a very special interview with a very interesting guest. His name is Dr. Hans Battenberg, and he's Professor of Behavioural Psychology at the University of Ascheberg, here to tell us about his research. Dr. Hans Battenberg, I understand that you're on the forefront of research into cognitive neuroscience, or in layman terms, the reading of the mind. Is this correct?
Yes, I have been practicing in this area for a considerable amount of time.
And how long would that be?
3 months, 3,500 years!
Right. Looking into this laboratory, I'm drawn to this magnificent contraption. What is it?
This is a unique machine, my own invention, which allows us to read the human mind through the use of electricity. We channel the 247 million volts into the capacitor down at the base of the chair, which then leads into the transformer and the limited slip differential, and finally through this food blender to provide us with the necessary potential difference of 1 volt. Thus, we can transmit the radical waves into the depths of the human mind, and by reflecting them back via this T-tray, we can read the human mind.
It's a bit small for a human, don't you think?
Yes, we only use it on squirrels at the moment, but we are slowly working our way up to hares. This will take about 3 years.
Do you operate all this machinery?
9. I have an assistant who goes by the name of Schnepps. That's human's cupboard. He is very good. He is just a little bit mad. You see, Schnepps had an unfortunate shampoo-related incident as a child, and he has never really recovered. He insists on being constantly clean.
Well, may I say that you appear to take just as much pride in your appearance, Herr Doctor?
Why, thank you. Gott in Himmel! There is a speck of dust on mein shirt! Schnepps!
Ja, mein Doctor!
Fetch mine emergency supply of coats! Speak English, you fool! Verfehl mit you!
Right! Why do you keep Schnepps in the cupboard?
Well, it is good for him. I prescribed it for his cirrhosis of the knee, and I haven't heard any complaints.
Why is that?
I can't hear him when he's in the cupboard.
Here are your coats, Herr Doctor. Is it really necessary to wear 4 fur coats, Professor?
Yes, it is both a rational and a sensible precaution against...
Against?
Looking like a Gestrundelbergel.
He still looks like one though.
Schnepps, get back into the cupboard, Schnepps. Now, if we can move on.
Yes, we must. Let's talk about a recent paper you wrote for the Journal of Strange Things.
Yes, mein Masterwork. I conducted a study into the essence of love in the human spirit. I intended to isolate the cause of love and market it as a perfume. Unfortunately, human specimens were hard to come by. There was a great shortage, you know. And so I had to use pheasants instead.
Okay, what shape did this study take?
It was simple. I put 2 pheasants in one room and isolated them over a period of 12 weeks. They were kept behind glass and observed around the clock by 2 of my finest students.
And what was the result?
Well, one student starved, the other went mad, and I ate the pheasants for dinner.
A total failure, then?
Not a total failure. They are very tasty.
Is there anything you have made which has been an absolute success?
Yes, mein greatest invention. A device. Now, hold your attention for a moment, since this is very complicated, yeah? Not the sort of simple science you learned at school. A device for the discombobulation of dihydrogen oxide, converting the latent potential energy of this chemical into raw power. I have it here. Are you ready for this? I give you the dihydrogen accelerator.
It's the kettle.
What?
It's a kettle, used for boiling tea.
You fail to understand the intricacies of my design. This does not just boil tea, it boils water!
Thank you, Dr. Hans.
And coffee!
Thank you, Dr. Hans Battenberg of Ascheberg, inventor of the kettle.
And hot chocolate!
And now on to the international report.
And macchiato.
Of course, like everyone else, today we are reporting on the inauguration of Barack Obama. Unfortunately, the only man available for that job was Barry, who you may have heard last week relaying to us a dreary interview with Alistair Darling. Anyway, let's see if he can do better this time round. Barry, are you there in Washington?
Yes.
Has President Obama arrived yet?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
Well, I can't see very well. I'm at the back.
What's the atmosphere like down there? Are the crowds getting noisy?
Well, hear for yourself.
Right. Well, from that I think we can ascertain that he hasn't arrived yet. Let's talk about the outgoing President Bush. What do the public think about him after 8 years? Are they pleased to see the back of him?
Well, polls would certainly indicate that. During his last week in office, his ratings have barely crept above 25%. And Gallup said that.
No. What do the people on the ground say? What do they think of him?
I haven't had a chance to ask.
All right. Let's move on. Let's talk about the new presidential limousine built especially for Obama. It's built by Cadillac, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, can you tell us anything about it?
Well, it's black and very long. It has been described as a rolling tank with windows.
What about the gadgetry and security measures built into it?
Well, that's a secret.
This is ridiculous. You really are the worst reporter I've ever worked with.
Look,
Aha! That's got rid of him.
Alex, is that you?
Yes. Hi, Tom.
How did you get here? I thought you were...
Never mind about that now. You don't think I'd miss this, do you? Mind if I take over from your unconscious friend?
Go for it.
Right then. Ladies and gentlemen, I stand before you here on these pristine DC streets on this glorious day in US politics. The roads are lined on either side by flocks of euphoric supporters, each one as eager as the next to catch a glimpse of their new leader. The leader that America has been waiting for.
Alex?
It seems only last week that these same crowds, this same motley bunch of hopeful people gathered in Chicago on that cold November night to witness history in the making, to share the dream that slowly became a reality. And now, here today, that dream is being fulfilled.
Can you see Obama, Alex?
And now, as you can probably gather, the crowd has been whipped up into a frenzy by this first sight of the incoming presidential convoy. The screams and cheering is getting louder by the second and will probably go on long into the night as Obama glides past. Somewhere behind those unplated doors and tinted windows is the first black president of the United States.
Alex!
Yes, Tom?
Can you see Obama?
No! Like I said, he's just driven past his limousine. The ceremony of handing power over would take some time. Sadly, I can't bring the whole thing because we don't have time.
So you came all this way to Washington, mingled with the crowd, and you haven't seen Obama?
No, I haven't. No.
Alex?
Yeah?
It's good to have you back. That's all we've got time for this week, and now it's back to Mumbling On.